Hello and welcome to the Spark Sessions. Um, this is a podcast where we'll be exploring the sparks behind the songs that I've been creating and that other people around me have been creating based on the stories they want to tell and the books they've written and so on. And first, I thought I'd start with a story um, about why this podcast is even being created. And it's funny, just 2 days ago, I launched my very first song called Calm and Ease on social media, and I posted it on YouTube. And then I had the idea, oh, I'll post it on Spotify where I post my other podcasts, Coach to Coach and Coaches Exploring, and so on. And so I loaded my song, the video for my song, onto Spotify and went to get a cup of tea or something and got an email from Spotify saying that my content has been removed because it's just pure music. It's just a song, and that can't be on the podcast platform. It has to be on the song platform, and you have to go through distributors or something to do that. So I thought, oh, that's okay. And then I went and took my dog for a walk, and as often is the case, I get a lot of my best ideas when I'm out walking the dog. And the idea came to me, well, if it has to be a podcast, then I'll just turn it into a podcast. And um, came back, had a little conversation with my virtual AI team on ChatGPT, and we came up with the name The Spark Sessions, inspired by one of the other songs I've created called The Spark Machine, which you'll be introduced to, or will have been introduced to in the intro to this podcast, and it'll no doubt be one of the episodes in the future. But today I wanted to focus on the song Calm and Ease. And primarily because it's literally the thing that got this started. So I've already been talking a little bit, so why don't we play the song and we'll listen to it once through, and then from there, I'll give a little bit of a story about how it was made, and maybe talk a little bit about some of the lyrics and what they mean to me, and we'll see what happens. So I'm just going to share my screen.
I stopped chasing the noise and the wind, found the silence underneath my skin. No cage, no lock, no hidden key, just a wider sky inside of me. I laid down the weight of proving why, watched old questions drift on by, but was forced to get your release, and I found my ground and calm and ease. Calm and ease, steady and wide, nothing to chase, nothing to hide. I create, I share, I join, I love. Got it within, carried above, no rush, no fear, no need to fight. Clear in the dark, soft in the light. Step by step, to and free, becoming the one I've always been. Calm and ease. I don't push the river anymore, I walk with the tide along the shore. What wants to rise, I let it fuel, quietly shaping something true. I signal moves without a sound, calling the ones who feel its ground. Not through force, not through place, but through presence. Calm and ease. Calm and ease, steady and wide, nothing to chase, nothing to hide. I create, I share, I joy, I love. Got it within, carry a Life is not pushing me to. I am a member, I am allowing the word that is meant to move. From stillness comes motion, from silence comes song, from being calm where I belong. Come and ease, open and play. Everything in it is already here. I create, I share, I join, I love. Living the path I'm dreaming of. No force, no strain, no disguise. Just steady truth, dying wise. This is a life that flows through me. Dawn and ease and clarity.
Say what I say after every time I listen to that song. Wow. Yeah, I don't know how to convey the feeling that song gives me. It's such a reflection of where I am, having been on this journey as a coach for the last 5 years and training in the principles and training with Jamie Smart and looking in the direction of who we really are and how our experience is created. And more so than anything I've ever heard, that song is like looking in a mirror and is aligned with the way I feel about who I am in this moment. So I'm happy to share it uh, with you and in the world. And hopefully it inspires you, even a fraction of how much it inspires me. So yeah, so I thought maybe we'd take a look at some of the lyrics themselves. We won't go through every single line. Um, the song opens with the line, "I stopped chasing the noise in the wind and found the silence underneath my skin." And one of the books I've really fallen in love with the last couple of years is Michael Singer's book, The Untethered Soul. And the book opens with this metaphor of the inner roommate to describe that voice inside your head, which to me is analogous to this line of the noise in the wind and the silence underneath my skin. Um, for me is a metaphor for the inside out understanding the three principles, how our experience is created. And the deeper my grounding gets and the more I find myself living and operating in that understanding that it's an inside out game, um, that speaks to the line that says, "I found my ground in calm and ease," which leads into the first chorus, "Calm and ease, steady and wide. Nothing to chase, nothing to hide. I create, I share, I join, I love." And those four words, create, share, join, love, really was the catalyst for where this song came from in the first place. I was on a session hosted by two folks, Bloom and Vosgan, who were running a program called Creating from the Heart. And it was such a powerful session. That was on a Wednesday, so a week ago Wednesday. And I don't know, something shifted, something changed. I got deeper than I think ever gotten in terms of reflecting on things. And so the next day I did what I often do when I find myself wanting to reflect even further, is I go into ChatGPT and I typed in all my notes. I had about 2.5 pages of notes, and I spent about an hour and a half or so with ChatGPT diving in, exploring what does this mean, um, and it just helped take me deeper and deeper. And in the end, to summarize it basically down to these four words to encapsulate where I am currently, which is I create, I share, I join, I love. So I asked Chat, okay, this is great. Give me a summary of what we've just talked about because I want to load it into my AI virtual team that I work with almost every day in my business. And I want to load that in there and give that to them as kind of a North Star, like guiding principles, guiding vision for who I am and what I'm doing here at Team Unleash Your Potential. So it gives me a nice summary. And then it says, would you like to see this as a poem? And I was intrigued and I thought, sure, why not? So it gives me a poem. And then it asks if I'd like to see it as song lyrics. So I'm like, sure, why not? The poem was great. I'm sure the song will be great. And out comes the song, Calm and Ease. So taken back by the lyrics, I asked Chat, "So how do I turn this into an actual song? Because I would love to hear it. Just reading it was powerful enough, but I thought, oh, if I could hear this, it would take it to a new level. And it directed me to Suno.com, which is an AI song generator. And I'm probably doing it a disservice just by calling it that, because I'm sure it does much more. But I'd never heard of it, never used it. Um, Went in, copy and pasted the lyrics. I think when I set up my account, it asked me for some genres of music, things that I liked. To be honest, I don't really remember beyond pasting the lyrics and what other buttons I pressed or what I did, but out came this song that just touched the depths of my soul. And then I had to make a video for it, so um, I put it in the Camtasia, which is the video editing software I use, and went into Canva, which is one of my all-time favorite tools, and found a bunch of images and videos and things and pieced it together. And that's the video that we just watched. Um, and I've been kind of riding this high uh, of energy and calmness and ease for the last week and a day now, and have created numerous songs. I've actually just created a custom song business. So there's now a landing page at teamuyp.com/custom dash songs. And there's some samples on there, some great ideas for different events and milestones in your life that you may want to build a custom song around. So do check that out. Um, and when I was building that page yesterday, the phrase that came to me was your story in a song forever. And the more I share songs with people inspired by what they're doing, what they've written, what they've said, um, what I've read from them, and I share back, reflect back a song to them, they're deeply moved, similar to how this song Comedies moves me. And what I've realized is that, oh yeah, music somehow operates at a different level. It penetrates us deeper and more directly than other forms of communication. Jamie Smart, who's my coach and mentor, talks about using stories in coaching and training. He calls it milk and cookies moment. As soon as you start telling a story, the human kind of interaction to that is we go into what he calls milk and cookies mode. It's kind of like we're back in a circle in our kindergarten class. It's like, oh, great, it's story time, and we kind of drop our defenses and we listen because we, as humans, uh, we love stories. We that's how we've communicated for all of time with each other. And I realized that music is like the ultimate milk and cookies moment. It's the story on steroids. It's a delivery system for the story that touches your soul in a different way. And I think that explains why I've been loving this whole process of creating songs and sharing them. And anyway, we'll see where this goes. Um, Maybe one or two more lyrics later in the song. There's a part that says, "Guided within, carried above, no rush, no fear, no need to fight. Clear in the dark, soft in the light, step by step, true and free, becoming the one as I've always been." And the bookends of that lyric, the it begins with "guided within," and uh, and that's a guidance that I've didn't even know existed. I don't think before, or if I did, I wasn't really aware that that's what was going on. But I lean into that now, and pretty much everything I do, but in particularly coaching, and creating things, being guided. And I feel like this whole song process has totally been guided within. It's not even, um, I'm a conduit for this being created. And yes, I'm using AI tools and things to do a lot of uh, the hard work, and the AI has opened up an entirely new way of that allows me to express myself with music that because of my lack of capability of actually playing or singing, has prevented me from doing until now. And so for me anyway, I think this is a wonderful step in the right direction in terms of AI, um, expanding what I'm capable of and giving me a whole new way to express myself. And then the last line in that little section I shared, becoming the one I've always been, goes directly at the heart of it, which is who we really are. I'm not this collection of pixels you see on the screen. Uh, I'm not Greg Fisher. Uh, I'm the one known as Greg Fisher, or that answers to the name Greg Fisher. Um, and the more I operate from who I really am, the easier life seems to get. Um, Maybe I'll just end with these three little lines. From stillness comes motion, from silence comes song, from being comes where I belong, calm and ease. And I just love the use of metaphor there, and kind of the juxtaposition between stillness and motion, silence and song, being and belonging. And it's funny because probably the first few calls I went to with Bloom and Vosgan, my inner roommate was of the opinion that we didn't belong there. These weren't our people. These were highly creative, um, highly artistic people, and I don't know. Most of my life, I've been a practical, technical, uh, spreadsheet data analysis, um, kind of person with a somewhat mechanical approach to leadership, I guess. Um, but I was adequately able to ignore my inner roommate, who numerous times said, "Just leave this call. You don't belong here." Or every time there was a pause or a break or an opportunity to exit stage left, my inner roommate wanted me to take it. And uh, one of the gifts I have now is my ability to um, ignore or not act on. I shouldn't say ignore, because I don't want to ignore my inner roommate. I'm happy to listen to him and hear what he has to say, but because he says something doesn't mean I have to act on it. Um, anyway, I've been on numerous calls with him now, and in this recent wave of creativity, uh, I can honestly say I sure as hell belong there now, and belong there. Um, I've always belonged there. Um, so yeah, in the very end line of the song, uh, this is the life that flows through me, calm and ease and clarity. So I think that's a good place to end this inaugural session of the Spark sessions. So I hope you've enjoyed listening to the background of this song. I hope you enjoyed the song itself. Please do share it. I'll be sharing the link to my app where you can find that song and many others. And if you have an inkling to create your own song, to take your story and put it in a song and have it forever, please do check out teamuyp.com/custom-songs and see if it's for you. I'll see you on the next Spark session. Keep rocking.
Not by force, not by fight, just a spark.